Planning for the feasts. The biblical day begins at twilight and concludes at twilight, so it is helpful for us to know that Sabbath and each feast begins in the evening. The Hebrew calendar is as instructed by God based on the timings of the new moon, which determines the beginning of a new month. The beginning of the biblical new year is 14 days before Passover. We are commanded to acknowledge the new moon to help us know the timing. You will now see why the calendar for the feasts is different to the Gregorian calendar. The best way to keep up to date with when the feasts occur each year is to obtain a Jewish calendar or go online. I would, however, highly advise that you join a congregation who celebrate God's feasts as you begin to understand more about God's calendar of worship, as it will help you assimilate into the culture which goes with celebrating the feasts, as they involve worship, eating together, and fellowship. Every Shabbat and some of the other feasts have an instruction not to do any work. Therefore, we should avoid any professional or regular employment and should rest. In chapter 13 of Nehemiah, it is made clear that buying or selling profanes the Sabbath. For some reason, a no-work day can be seen as a negative, and is by some, especially in the West. But it is actually a beautiful and very special instruction by God to give us a much-deserved rest and opportunity to spend time with family, friends, and to worship Him, and preparing for a Sabbath or a feast day where there is no work becomes an important part of the celebration. So, what are the days of no work? Every Sabbath, which is the 7th day, not the first day of the week. The first and last days of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is 2 days. The Feast of Weeks, or Shavuot, 1 day. The Feast of Trumpets, or Yom Teruah, 1 day. The Day of Atonement, or Yom Kippur, 1 day. The first and last days of the Feast of Tabernacles, or Sukkot, 2 days. The total number of days of no work apart from the weekly Sabbath is 7 during the year. God promises through Isaiah the prophet in Isaiah 56 that He will give great honor to anyone, even the foreigner, meaning Gentile, who keeps His Sabbaths. So I hope and pray that you will receive this accolade from our Heavenly Father. If you have any questions or want to know more, please contact us at Father's House Sabbath Congregation. Michael S. Fryer. Email fathershouseCongregation@gmail.com. Website www.fathershouse.wales. Telephone +44 1244 823 378.